good level come into a team that they can have an impact and help grow. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, stick with Flit. He's the guy I always pick when I'm watching this team because they are so reliant on him, I think, to pick up some of the pieces that Zapower can leave and to help facilitate him and whatnot on their chosen maps. In terms of who's going to win, I'm going to go with a FORZE 2-1, I think.
Yeah, okay. Close on Nuke, I'm guessing, too.
Yeah, I would think it's a hard kind of call. I think they win their map picks, right? The pools complement each other really well here, and then the true decider is indeed that third and final map. So it's very apt.
Before action starts, I'm gonna go ahead and pick MSL, and I'm gonna go ahead and pick Jerry. I want to see the battle of the IGLs, and as far as who's gonna win, I have North 2-1. I'm feeling it. I think Nuke's gonna be in the hands of the Danish boys, and away we go, Scriv. Flit already feeling pressure on site. Fights AZ. Bomb drop. Flit doubles in. Oh, a triple from Flit, who's finally going to go down, but he comes up huge for FORZE, and the cleanup crew, the backup boys arrive. I mean, we're already starting hot.
Now this is what we're talking about. Absolutely massive stuff there from Flit. Beautiful to see, and well, hopefully it continues for his sake and for FORZE's sake. Meanwhile, North, not the start they were looking for, that is for sure. Don't even get the bomb down or anything, so ecoing this one straight out here, Keith. Oh my goodness! That nade has just eaten them alive! Flit's looking for even more frags. He will eventually go down, but round's over. It was a throwaway. Oh my god, that nade damage was huge. Nonetheless, FORZE moving up to 2, and now North bringing the big guns real early into Inferno.
Oh, yeah. We're in for a treat very early on, and it is sweet. Up for Zapower, Scriv. MP9 scattered across the board, but North, as you said, big guns aplenty. A run boost for Zapower in mid, by the way. Not gonna spot anything, but if they're not careful, he will pick you apart. And so far, respect given towards middle from North. That banana starting to become a contention point. Fire to get them off of half wall. And Zapower's on the hunt, Scriv. Great flash from North. And this duel is about to commence. Oh, the nades!
Mate, the utility so far has been so good from FORZE. Oh, it's just simple stuff. It's just little things, but they are really not pulling any punches early on. Absolutely incredible stuff here from FORZE. And we're only a few rounds in. Love to see it. We'll see what the remaining 3 North players can get done. Trying to creep in his Gade, but my god, Zapower reacts fast enough to take him down. Oh, at the moment, they just can do no wrong. They're playing so very well. Cajun B takes the head of Zapower off, but now he's the only one left. Ultimately all in vain at the moment. He's going to go walking past this angle as well. And there you go. From Cold Zero box, Flit will drop him, recovers the AWP. They only lose 1. An insanely quick and explosive, quite literally, rifle round to start us off. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, when I said explosive, I didn't mean literal nades, but that's the strength of FORZE, right? When they contest banana, they contest banana. You see a lot of teams tippy-toe around it and like, we'll use a smoke, maybe a flash here. But this is some commitment from FORZE. Those nades land true. And North sent down to some armor pistols very early. Who I bet they felt like they had a really big leg up in that round, right? Knowing the SMGs were still around. And look at FORZE's turnover, right? Those MP9s turn into AKs. Filthy. And Zapower is going to start this one off. Don't want to give the pistols that one shot, as we always talk about, that kind of gets it going. I don't think they plan to.
MSL's in a pretty good spot here, actually. Poses a player at porch now, thanks to that smoke. Takes his head clean off. Lecro, meanwhile, finds himself a kill over towards B. So, back into a 3-on-3 with a kill from FaceCrack. The rotation coming in quickly behind from Jerry as well. Will it be needed? That's the real question. FaceCrack in a great position as a power as well. Getting a bit aggressive. That one's slightly dicier. The Deagle's finding some heads. Certainly keeping the CT economy modest. However, FORZE will come away with that fourth looking pretty damn clean. Still growing the money, you know, and all that kind of stuff. And relatively clean, relatively easy stuff for them in the end. Put under a bit of pressure, 2 very quick headshots come in. You'll see a lot of teams in a situation like that against the Deagles start to panic. Maybe take some overzealous peeks to try and recover things back, right? But not the case from FORZE. Cool, calm, and collected. Firing on all cylinders. And they are ready and raring to go, apparently, into this grand final. Absolutely brilliant stuff. Looking to get their second week, maybe the third week, definitely the second week in a row. But they would like a longer boot camp, please. That's what they're asking for.
Can't blame them. I bet North want one as well. You had a new player, definitely want a moment to have that boot camp in. The default solo banana player. You rarely see a team default with 1 player banana. AZ's job there is to just stay alive. That's it. And he gets caught by Zapower. The aggression of the op will catch him off guard. The off pace is a power. It's hard to deal with Scriv. But Gade, open it up to the site. Here they come, Scriv.
Oh, face crack. Beautiful opener from him. Cajun B trades him back pretty quickly, though. So damage control is here, and the A bomb site, Keith, left open. Left vulnerable. They're going to get a bomb plant. So here we go. 5 rounds in. Takes North a bit of time to finally crack open a site, but they have done it. The round, however, is still up in the air. Time will tell. As, of course, they've got everything available. Kits, a couple flashes. Definitely workable for the CT side. The only thing I'm missing is information. Lecro spotting the player out. It's short. A tough fight for him, but he does manage to get it done. That pesky angle towards the graveyard on those stairs. And with that frag, FORZE will look to save. Brilliant stuff from them, actually. You know, I don't mean to keep supporting them. It's great for North that they finally get their first round, but we're seeing a lot of good signs come out from FORZE on their own map pick, of course, which is always good. But look, they've got cash to go for this, Keith. It's all good. Yeah, whatever, man. But you don't want to be throwing away a free AWP, and you don't want to be biting off more than you can chew just because you can. And as it always goes, right? Just because you can do something doesn't mean that you should. So they move back to save, gather their bearings, and they're going to give it another go into this round with now these, you know, 2 players that save being some pretty heavy cash cows in case they lose this round, is the logic, of course.
Zapower again looking for the opening pick from banana to mid. This man's everywhere. More nades incoming North. Able to dodge the damage. That damage went south. That's the only time I'll use it, I swear. As FORZE will rotate a player into CT very early on in the form of face crack. Trusting that Zapower can just pick up brackets towards this A side and really allow the pieces to move. We're hitting a bit of a chess game very early on. North very silent. Lurk smoke towards A. And another execute Scriv is inbound.
Speedy stuff coming in. Great flash over the top from both sides, in all fairness. But now Meza, there's nowhere he can go. Face cracks. Molly does burn one down. The 2 initial B defenders have fallen. They're really not looking good here. They saved in a man deficit situation in the previous round. Will they save again? And I think they will. Nothing really coming off the back of the nades, off the back of the spam. North picking up their second round, and 2 in a row. Incredibly important that they string them together as soon as they possibly can. So not giving FORZE a chance back in. Not allowing FORZE to, as I have been using all week, keep them under the cosh, right? North are very quickly turning things around here. Actually looking a little better and a little more consistent when the rifles have come into play. So this is really good from them. But we'll see how long this lasts. That's kind of the real question. How long can they keep it going? Particularly because FORZE are able to put together buy after buy after buy because of their smart decisions, right? Force North to remain under pressure and keep adapting and changing things up.
Yeah, I wonder how many looks North can have into this default. Into their early rounds. No op early on the T side. Inferno, in my opinion, the hardest map to be an effective T side opper. We talk about it all the time. You get op T side Inferno, sure. Doesn't make you a good opper. Doesn't mean you're filling that role. And so far, North are liking the rifles. The pace of it. Great flash in from Flit. If he only gets away with one, that's perfect for North. Trade right back. FaceCrack knows he needs to find one and live. And he catches two, but is only able to capitalize on the one. But look at the damage. HMB and AZ very low. This is going to give FORZE, I bet, some confidence. But at the same time, they could very well be contemplating a save, Scriv. Their money is not great.
Yeah, once again, very, very similar. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I think something's got to come quick, right? Like, if this moto area gets smoked off again, probably going to look to save. If, you know, they hide away for a bit too long and they can't break into the site, probably going to look to save. Smoke taking so long. They will eventually move in. That nade could be massive as well. Drops AZ to 6 HP. The fact that he stays alive could be huge. We will see. Going down in pit. KGB gonna fall. AZ now the only one left. 1 on 3, but the bomb's so far ticked. He's trying to move in. Takes down Zapower. He will fall, but there's no time for the defuse, Keith. They got off. And North will get the 3rd round. And now only one surviving for FORZE. This is disaster.
That's painful. That one's gonna hurt. And with Jerry being the only one living, Zapower has money. They may consider some sort of purchase. And yeah, Zapower's going in. Hellcase, the boys for the final grand final. Malta v 15. Look, you've heard us talking about it throughout all 10 weeks. If you haven't checked them out yet, I mean, what are you doing? You have to now. Those codes won't be around forever. Shout out to Hellcase, the best case opening site. Check them out for us. We'd really appreciate it. They're an awesome partner. And they are going to be able to, with the money of Zapower, Jerry dropping and downgrading to light head armor, they're going to be taking some risks, Scriv. Question is, will there be some sort of reward? A flash for Jerry, someone's counter flash, no doubt. And nada, not a thing. Lecro and MSL, all over it.
Yeah, looking good here for North. They've really turned things around. Oh, had that 5th player drop out as well. Hopefully, no massive issues there. Of course, doesn't really change the round. He was already dead, so either way, the power. Oh, looking to be the hero here. This is a great angle. There's 3 of them ready and waiting. The flash not going to blind him. He drops 1. Flash follows up. They can't chase after him. He's the only one on A. Oh my goodness. The Galaxy Brain, Keith. The Galaxy Brain. Okay. They seem to be figuring it out, though. However, off the back of that, he's able to push up once again. Drops another. Able to make it away. Going to take a reface again. And he gets a 3rd. Zapower. Oh, I called him the hero of the round. He may as well be the hero of the half. What a play. Nothing too flashy, but the game sense to go for this and to keep moving in and to go back and forwards and peek so many different times. Oh, it's beautiful stuff. Will it be enough, though? That's the real question. Flick goes a bit overzealous through the smoke, you have to admit, and brings it back into a 3-on-2. Now a very, very doable situation for North.
Just takes 1 kill. Zapower's gone hunting. MSL gonna find the head of FaceCrack. This is great. He's biding time for his teammate to walk on up. Zapower's peeking. His teammate needs to help him out. They're running out of time. They'll cut them down, but they have just enough for that defuse, Scrib. FORZE, they love making us sweat. They love making it nice and nervous. And MSL, I mean, how much longer does MSL need to live for that player Moto to make a move? I mean, Moto is just so exposed. You're in so much trouble if you're trying to assist a teammate on site from Moto. Kind of just needed to both commit together. There's biding time along the way, and Zapower, what a round from him, isn't it? Finds 2, supports the rifle. He's up to 11 already, by the way. And if he gets hot on the CT side, you better have a way to deal with Oppers, because he is going to be everywhere.
I mean, that is just absolutely massive, and it's such a beautiful round to watch. Like, honestly, like I say, it's nothing too flashy. The shots themselves for a player of his caliber, really not all that difficult, right? He just has to not panic, and he'll land them every day of the week. the decision making is what makes it, for sure. Oh my goodness. And like you said, if that's how he's going to be playing this series, North will have their work cut out and need to very quickly get into his mind, you know, read into the decision making. Either way, been talking a fair amount here, and not an awful lot has gone down. They attempted to go towards Banana, doesn't really work out, taking some chunk damage, not really trading very much back. But yes, it's a 5-on-5, but FORZE have got that HP advantage to work with. Really interesting setup here from FORZE, though. 4 over on the B bomb site, which is going to be the incorrect call, and with Flit holding from long, he's not really able to stop them here. They're so confused on the north side right now that no one's around. There's a power, there's an open angle for him. Only just, though. Only just. He gets in before that smoke, finds AZ, and again, is looking to be the impact player for FORZE.
Gade, big pit, Cajun B little, fire, gonna force him to the side, a nade to the face. No good flashes as of yet. Can the Halls player get involved? Good trades across the board. Cajun B run over, Lecro MSL, the last line of defense, and Lecro's doubled in, give him the triple, and MSL will close it out. Alrighty, North. Specifically MSL and Lecro knowing how to use those A side sight boxes to the advantage. They dance around those so nicely. And there's no flashes left for those site players as FORZE have to face. And as North get up to 4, Scriv, FORZE's economy is flatlining. If not flatlined.
Yeah, troubling times here for the CT end after such an immaculate start to this game. Oh, they've been coming close, and Zapower still confident as ever, still able as ever to find those early frags. Cajun as well, looking the wrong way at the wrong time. Flick gonna drop him. Uh-oh. 5-on-4. 5-on-3, sorry. As things are really not looking good. And Zapower, again, he's moved across from B. They think, you know, there might be someone here towards long, sure, but what is going on? North are just getting picked apart. North are just getting picked apart, and this is very problematic from them, to be honest. You know, instead of staying cool, as we've seen from FORZE in the past, for example, staying cool and picking things up and making sure nobody else makes a mistake, let's just stick to the plan. They all start to walk forwards one by one and attempt to pick up the pieces, but it just doesn't happen. There is no one to make that individual play. Flick coming in with a 3k in apartments, honestly, starting off with a deagle is a little unacceptable. To be frank, right? I think there's maybe an argument to be made that, yeah, he could get 3 kills later on in the round, but considering 2 of the 3 were from apartments, it's like, surely you should be scaring him away from there or trading him. But no, he's still able to assert dominance in that area.
Absurd. Or at least some utility, right? Now North, their money is just drained. Who else has the power to find the first pick? I mean, I feel like it's just par whenever he has an op at this point on CT side Inferno. Just claim the first. Flit and Halls running it back. And Jerry's down mid. He actually gets caught by Electro, who's going to quickly exit stage left through under. And Gade finds a sleeping Flit. Can he find some power? What is going on? How do you go from Hall's control to both looking mid? You know for a fact Flit's going to get an earful. That is on him. That can't happen.
Insane. Absolutely insane. Oh, Lecro in behind, able to find one. Keeping the second at bay. That might just be the play that makes it, to be honest. He even gets Almeza. Really well done from Lecro. Perfect timing. And North giving FORZE a taste of a medicine with that one. Oh, a few mistakes here or there, but all the same, they're able to stay hot on the heels of the CT side. I don't know, man. Both of them staring down middle is such a problem. Very, very big miscommunication coming in there.
I hope you don't expect me to add anything of value from that, Scriv. I think that round speaks for itself. North are keeping it really close. And this is on the back of two players having 15 and 13 kills on round 12. Flit and Zapower, the two guys we talk about all the time. But Flit makes the mistake. He leaves Halls, he leaves Boiler exposed, leaving Gade to find two of that Mac 10, and that is round. You immediately just wrap it up. They're going to have a conversation. They're going to try again. These half buys, low buys from both these teams have been finding success. And more importantly for FORZE, Zapower has. With North keeping within one round, with the amount of buys they've had and the ups and downs, I think it's an attribute to how well North are playing, while FORZE has two players just really playing the map well. This is only going to get more crazy, Scriv. And up through brackets they go, in towards good old Arch. It is a bit of a front. They wanted to find a pick, and when they don't, they'll just relax into the control.
Almeza flashed off. They don't check Jerry, though. They don't hard check him. He almost gets two. Almeza coming in as well to find one of his own. So 3-on-3 here with low HP players. Oh, the collat. He doesn't get both the frags, but surely has done enough. He's going to keep on going. Of course he is. Cajun B, you know, trying to flash him off. They have to start expecting the confidence of Zapower here. So many times he's able to get those secondary peaks, right? And keep on going, keep on fragging. Lekro will drop him on the edge of the smoke. Going for the fake once again, but the flank coming in will catch him off guard. FORZE and Zapower continuing the masterclass. Like, their rounds look so very clean. I feel, not all, but 2 or 3 of the rounds they've lost have been on them, been mistakes that they've made or slight oversights that they've made. Whereas the rounds they tend to win, Zapower particularly, who, by the way, in 13 rounds is on 17 frags. That is insane. He continues to make the best decisions, it feels like, right? The optimal decision every single time.
Okay, and if he makes some sort of impact from Halls again, Scriv, this time with a ZZ, it'd be kind of immaculate. Flint could be playing in towards Ninja Box. Face Crack's gonna get up in towards default. Flint wants to get in the pit because these smokes are designated to allow the pistols jump in pit. You smoke Moto from pit and then flash through as the smokes fade. I've used this strat in my own team, Scriv. You sit and wait. Here comes Flint. I don't know what he's looking at because his head is gone now. Face Crack gonna be pressured. There's the mollies from pit. This is so well done from North. I love this call. It's a guaranteed round, essentially. Gonna have to pick a different plant spot as Gade. He's moving and running from the molly, 4 HP. The bomb will go down, but I can't talk enough about that strat, Scriv. It's something I've done personally in a team, which is cool to see. But to see North pull it out at this time with that buy, it's such a well-timed call. As Cajun B will get cleared, still gets one, give him the 2, and he'll get out with an op. I mean, filth, 1, 2. I love that strat. It's so great. I am in awe, Scriv. This is going to be a chess game, completely.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, Jerry making a bit of money at the end. Not all bad, but yeah, absolutely, right? Like, North coming in with just a genius move, honestly. Like, again, oh, we were excited coming into this one. You can see why, right? Really not pulling any punches, these two teams. It is, of course, the last series of the last week. Our last game here at Malta Vibe. So nothing really to hold off against. And these two teams, they play each other at a LAN right? They play each other at a DreamHack or an IEM, whatever it may be, right? They are going to be meeting off against each other multiple times over the next few years. And if Almaze is going to continue to hit 1Ds like that, he really might get under their skin, to be honest with you. MSL, by the way, top performer in general, 4 frags. That is a big, big issue at the moment. Lecro trading 1 back, so we are into a 4-on-4, but he's pretty damn low. They still have 2 players in on this B-bomb site. Almaze holding the crack angle, trying to get a shot through, but nothing quite landing. And they're still pressing forwards onto B here, Keith, with the slow rotation of Zapower coming in. Are they going to act on this? I mean, that's the real question. Meanwhile, look at your minimap. We've got a meeting down towards into middle. There's so much going on right now that is really going to change how this goes. Flip finds his frag. AZ pushing forwards here into the B-bomb site. However, we'll give them the control, but it's still a 3-on-3. And how low Lecro and AZ are, this is going to be so hard to hold off against this CT retake.
Just takes 1 peek with a good flash from AZ, and they can shut down this retake. Speaking of flashes, Flit has one of his own. It actually catches Almaze or Gade. There's the first. Flit, a little bit of a team flash on the second, and that's it. I said 1 good flash, and Flit throws a good first one. Just not really communicating to his teammates where they were tossed. They're 2 flush, 2 in their face. I think if Flit threw them higher, Scriv, over construction, maybe, but just very meh flashes. And North will walk off 7-7. It's been a great half from North. From the strats they've implemented to the timing from other players, not letting FORZE save really at all. Really good stuff. And they're doing this against a power that is playing like his nearest top level. 17 kills in a half with the op finding first picks consistently. And North are still getting the job done.
Deagle's looking deadly once again, however. Ooh, awkward fight for Face Crack. Able to just about make it away. Flit on this AK is going to have to do so much work here on A. Nice headshot from Face Crack to open up, though. The fact that he gets away with 1 is massive. Flit, meanwhile, catching Cajun B in midair. The ill-advised peak, but perhaps panicking, perhaps getting a bit too giddy for it. MSL with really good timing to drop Jerry. That might just do it. Zapower's so low, and he's now lost his teammate, so yeah, that's definitely going to do it. I don't see him winning this. He's had an incredible half. Don't get me wrong, Keith, okay? I ain't knocking him. He's played very, very well. Very, very, exceptionally well, even. But yeah, well, he's low, and he also gets bad timing. So, North coming away with 8 rounds. I really did not expect that. As that half began and developed, you would think that FORZE would be finding the vast majority of the rounds, but no. North able to keep up with them, stay hot on their heels, as you see in that mid portion where it's one after the, you know, back and forth, and then they break the bank, of course. That rough CT economy gets to FORZE.
Live odds, I believe there's favoring FORZE to begin with. Still doing the same from our partners over at LootBet. Again, same story as Hellcase. If you hadn't had the chance to check them out for the 10 weeks, I encourage you to do so now. They've been with us from the beginning, and they're an awesome partner to have. Check them out in the banner below. Here we go. It looks like Face Crack's gonna take the charge here. Gade, flash over. Can he find multiple? First secured, second in the bag. Now he's alone. The third from Gade. Don't give him the fourth. AZ's backing him up. Gade wants it. Reload in. And this is just that. Gade does what he wants towards Banana to start off the pistol from North. FORZE felt confident, but that must have been stripped away real quick.
Gorgeous to watch again. And although we're into the second half, it does feel like this map has been incredibly quick. Just the pacing of these rounds. So fast. And I don't think it's going to show any signs of slowing down. FORZE are definitely known for this inimitable speed that they use on their T side. The aggression. See whether it comes into fruition. Of course, force buying into this round, a fair amount of utility to go at. Using a lot of it early on, and perhaps looking to double pump themselves. North doing a really good job, little thing to consider, of holding on to a decent amount of their utility, actually, rather than just dumping it all out. But we'll see. They're not really going to get a chance to use it at this point. The one flash coming over the top for Cajun B to work with. Flit going to trade back Lecro, and they are just about staying on top of things here, Keith, on that CTN. The rotations are in nice and fast. The flash timing's not good at all for the T side. All going to be on to Jerry, who's now recovered an MP9 and brought it down to a one-on-one. Oh, this has gotten a bit interesting. It was looking so good with those fast rotations, with the man advantage for North. The bomb plant coming in, a return on the investment. That's always great. And Jerry hidden away, but he's so unsure. I love this angle from him, though. He can watch long, and then the odds of the guy coming in from short walking past him quite high, but Gade gets the better of him just about. North going to move up to 10. This starts to get very interesting now, to be honest with you, Keith.
Yeah, this is going to get a little weird. Watch the money from FORZE jump up. They'll have AKs. A couple Galils. And North. FORZE know North's money, as we can see, is going to be questionable. Their buy, kind of, you can put it in the same category as questionable. Odd to me that Cajun B and MSL both go M4's no utility. I think they really needed another full set. So I'm surprised I don't see one of the two just downgrade to a FAMAS and get that utility, because FORZE have head armor and AKs. It's not like they're lacking head armor, which North might be banking on. So maybe a miscalculation. Could backfire. We know utility's important on Inferno. But we're going to start this play out of the round now. AZ spam just going to narrowly miss. FORZE give up banana. And they're kind of banking to retake this at some point. Free damage on Jerry Scriv. That's always nice start the round if you're North.
Not bad at all. Hazy with a nice little off angle here as well. Might be able to find two. Oh, but Almeida gets the drop on him. I'm not sure. Maybe a little asleep at the wheel. Gade, meanwhile, up high. Also going to get dropped by Almeida. Wow, two incredible entries for one of the quieter members of FORZE, actually. He was only on 4 frags before this round started. And at the end of the round, he's the only one to find frags, I think, at this point. They're looking to hunt for the saving players, but FORZE coming back with a vengeance once the rifles come into play. Flit, of course, is going to change my statement, but nonetheless, a very clean one with FORZE on the hunt as well, looking to drop these remaining members pretty decisively. Lecro will find the power, but he falls quickly thereafter. Cajun B on the M4, they know where he's at, and he's going to have to get through a couple. T-side hunting, and it was a little risky with the cash that they had, but it works out in the end. Dropping all the North players is actually huge.
So while we have a bit of a save round from North, I do want to commend their T side in the calling from MSL. That Hall's pop, right? The change of pace while we're going to have a little bit of action towards mid. Echo's going to be the only one to get a kill, and that's where I imagine it'll end. I can't wait to see what Jerry's going to call on this T side. Pretty, not a basic team by any means, but a team that is more default heavy, looking for the duels, and then just kind of pick a site and execute on you, right? Trusting their entry fraggers. North played that a bit more strategic, a bit more around the globe, if you will. Hitting B site regularly, getting brackets at times, and phasing back into B executes, that pocket strat in halls. So we're going to have a little bit of clash of styles, Scriv. And I'm curious to see if Jerry's going to have any of those pocket strats that we saw from MSL. I'm intrigued. I'm full sold.
Oh, great little flash as well. Able to overwhelm a couple. This is massive. Okay, never mind, of course. The sharpness of these remaining players, they do perhaps push a bit too far forwards there. However, any damage is good damage in a round like this. North will be happy with that to just keep the economy a little bit modest. FORZE, though, very quickly even things up. It is troublesome for North. It really is. And now they're on the CT side. They could do a little bit of what they did to FORZE, you know, get a taste of their own medicine, so to speak. So I think there's a few issues if they're not able to pick up this first rifle round cleanly, to be honest with you. You know, FORZE are very, very quickly going to be able to shut them down, and we're towards the tail end of the game. So you really do need to be on top of things here if you're the North side. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. A nice deep Molotov into middle. I like that. And look at this banana control. For very little utility, they've gotten deep banana control. Oh.
Yeah, alrighty. That's MSL doing MSL things. Gets out real quick. Electro gonna be tested. Flying in his Almazer, the flash a little lackluster. MSL in the pit and FORZE. This is the brute force style we've talked about. They really need to find the second. Not gonna expect Cajun B in sight. And the setups from North are gonna be so strong against a team like FORZE Scriv, who rely on getting the pick, and if it's not given to them, they'll execute on you and trust their entry fraggers. But the pathing seemed off on that. The flash just a little late. And the setups from FORZE stand tall. I'm not surprised. They're going to be tested throughout this entire half, but it's good to come out with a W. As the power is going to be trapped, getting shot from behind. AZ will take his head off. They can run double ops if they wish, but I think MSL will just be the solo man to rocket. North take the lead 11-10. But don't you worry. FORZE have balanced the books correctly. Full buy. Right on back.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about. It's clean enough, I would say, right? They have to rebuy solidly on one person, and Lecro's got a decent amount available to cover himself. So if they end up losing this one, I think they are covered, but ideally they wouldn't. You know, North want to string a few together before letting FORZE back in. Meanwhile, FORZE do not want that to be the story. Jerry has charged forwards like an absolute madman. Cajun B, bails out his teammate for just a second, but unfortunately just delaying the inevitable. See how things pan out. MSL being teased as the bomb is a little trapped, and Flick kind of knows it. He's really playing with fire here. Done this a few times. Nothing coming of it on either end of the equation. Meanwhile, execute in towards B. Here we go. This is big time deal. Beautiful Molotovs. Cajun B, where can he go? There's not many areas for him, but he's still able to fight somehow. So much damage coming in through the smoke, meanwhile, onto the remaining T side. It is still a man advantage for them, but Lecro here nice and fast, looking to shut them down. MSL has the full belt of utility available. Might be able to drop another player. He does a bit more damage on towards Flip, but there's nothing substantial as yet. It's still a solid man advantage. There it is, though. The first one to come back in. Second on to Flip. All down to Almazer, Keith. He has to hold off 1-on-2, and it's really not looking good for him. He does have the off angle, but his impatience gets the better of him. MSL takes him down. A huge round coming in from the in-game leader on that retake. And North move up to 12.
There it is. Lost bonus bomb plant, though, Scriv. Don't overcount it. Don't overlook it. You know, FORZE are coming right back with a purchase. No doubt in my mind about that one. So Power can afford the op. He's at 21 alongside Flit. That's a lot of kills. A lot of people would be happy to end a map with 21. We're just in the thick of it. We'll even get some utility around it. So Power, we know he's a great opper. Can he be so on this T side? North, bit more standard approach. Not fighting for banana like they could be or have been. Just letting MSL post up, use utility after the fact with the molly off the wall and the smoke that AZ has in hand. The typical utility set we saw Astralis kind of break out first. A lot of teams have adopted it. No surprise MSL has. He'll get his fire out, keep them at bay first. He'll continue to post up. He's going to actually peek with the back of a flash. The power to stop the mark, and a quick boost up for Jerry to find him. Heads up play. That is the little counterplay I've been looking for. And FORZE pull it out.
Yeah, this is what we needed from them. And it's really thrown the CT side for a loop. North under pressure. See how they perform with it. I like the adjustment towards long, but the upcoming round, not hard peeking on the angle. Okay, but that Crow, what the hell, comes in with two. Cajun B, also a double of his own. Ah. How? Oh my goodness. This is mad. This is mad. Flit the only one left. And there's 3 players here. Surely not, right? 25 seconds, got to retrieve the bomb, got to find 3 frags, does get the first. Cajun B, it's a little dicey, but dropping him low surely has done enough. They're both stacked on top of each other, should be able to trade at the very least, but it's not needed. But my god, Lecro, what has he put in his coffee? A, to go for that, and B, to just bang the power straight out and get another frag. North have lifted their game up in this second half.
Yeah, that is without a doubt. This CT side has it lit a flame underneath them. It's like Copenhagen Flames over MIBR. Anyone else following other matches? They have 88th in the world is beaten MIBR 16. Just throw that in there if anyone's following that. I bet someone's talking about it in chat. But to get back on track, a great T side from North has turned into a CT side dominant run, Scriv. FORZE have no choice but to buy a little bit here. Keep it around 1,000 on a few. The others all the way in. And they're going to need a bit of a miracle. I would say this round needs to almost work out, essentially. Jerry going to give chase. Flash molly drop. Not going to pressure the molly. Gade gets 1. And how does this snowball, Scriv?
Gade getting another. Snowball getting bigger and bigger for North. AZ traded out pretty quickly, actually, so maybe slowing down ever so slightly. They still have the man advantage here on the North end. Almaze is low. Of course, no armor fizz of power. Trying to push forwards. Clean little 1D. And look at that. He scoops up that AWP. You bet your bottom dollar that he is looking to use this. And he might just find the frag on the flanker. Cajun B is so unsure. The flash comes in and Zapower misses the shot. The molly is a bit too deep, so he might be able to keep moving forwards, but no, it spreads to him. It's perfect. What do I know, of course? Cajun B ripping him apart. Almeza does get 1, but traded back quickly, and of course the kit available for Cajun. So North moving up to 14. This is problematic. The one caveat that we had, we both saw this going to 3 maps, but A, FORZE have really started to underperform on this T side. The pressure getting to them. And B, we said if they're to stay alive in the series, FORZE most certainly need to be finding Inferno, and I think they now know it. Moving across to Overpass, it's, of the maps that they play, their worst map. So, I mean, do I need to say more, right? Like, it's really not all that difficult.
Yeah. You're kind of painting a grim picture here from FORZE, Scriv. Right when we think it'll be close, this is where we are. A worrisome moment and a big round for FORZE. This could be your last full buy on Inferno. T-sides normally in their wheelhouse. Just getting out of the way, isn't it? Gonna try to get up towards Banana. Default from FORZE to Banana. 1 bottom mid into power. Jerry, Tech9 given all of the chase and pressure towards these Banana players from North who just say, you know what? Yeah, Jerry, it's all yours. It's all yours. And I think they need the man's power to crack this one open. And then really, their entries have to be flawless.
And in 10. Entries indeed. But at the moment, no chance at them. Really being kept at bay. Looking to group up. So they're really putting all their chips into this A-bomb site. Here we go. The smoke's coming over the top. The waterfall is indeed in full flow. Facecrack finds the first on Telecro. Cajun B clapped out instantly. And boom, just like that, the switch is flicked to save. North will move away. FORZE finally break the curse. They keep them away from 15 for a little while longer. They'll pick up their 11th. And no one goes down. Could it have been much better than that? I mean, they could have found the rest of the frags. But beggars cannot be choosers. FORZE will be happy to, at the very least, keep the dream of winning their own map pick in regulation alive.
Yeah, you don't want to allow North to secure that OT, especially as you mentioned, your map pick. Wanting to stay focused. Now, my question is, what's North gonna do around these two rifles and up? You kind of have 1 to 2 options. Option 1, Gade drops, right? For Electro, Cajun B downgrades. I'm happy to take into pause to discuss this. Option 2, you full save and buy next. Gade being able to buy the op. Can I see the scoreboard real quick? I think they're only on like 2-round, 1-round loss. So I am going to take a guess with all the crouching and looking around. It's a buy, yeah. Discussing who's getting what. MP9s, utility, and they're going to give it a run. FORZE wanting to keep North off of 15. That's the goal. If you get it to 14s, that is kind of ideal, Scriv. But I appreciate this risk from North. Seemingly, rounds like these, MSL has something in mind.
Always, I think we have seen a good deal of that. It's really what changed things around for North in their first half was the big brain, unorthodox call from MSL. Oh, well, maybe not unorthodox, but unexpected, right? However, this is a very dangerous one for North to drop. The cash is gone. Only Gade has anything to speak of. So, problematic if everyone falls. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. And of course, for North, they're looking not to end up there. AZ able to find one through the fire. They line up for Gade. And he gets them both. Oh, no. Disaster strikes. Absolute disaster strikes for FORZE. It's going to be on Flit and Zapower. The two strongest members of this team by far, but a 2-on-4 may well be out of the question.
Power, he's got a smoke. Flit's gonna get to sight. They know they need to be together. Quick trades are inevitable and needed. Zapower starts it off well with Gade. I mean, they're out of time. North have played themselves. There's no time. A double from Zapower. Flit will find the last. North didn't give themselves time, and Zapower will let them hear about it. Whew.
It is nasty, nasty. And like I said, a dangerous one for North to be losing, man. They drop down to barely any cash available. And will attempt to find success with the stack. And they could. There's a few bodies headed their way. I don't think it's a bad idea for the MAC-10 to go flying in here. But maybe a bad idea for 3 of them to go flying in. We'll see. Boosted up. able to drop a couple. Okay, looking good, looking good. Lekra are the only one left, and I think they're fully aware of a stack. Oh, and he can't even get that kill onto Jerry. Unlucky. FORZE moving up to 13 real fast. Enough cash immediately for North to buy back in. So just the one round between the two teams now. This is exactly what we wanted from the final, Keith. But at the same time, maybe not what we expected. North being in the lead, North having control and possibly able to take the game. I wouldn't say there was not a chance of this, but a relatively low chance for sure.
Yeah, I agree. Without a doubt. I think North had some really cool pocket strats on that T side that facilitated more rounds than FORZE were willing or needing to really give up. And so I think North walked away with what, 7 rounds T side, Scriv? It's quite a few. Decent amount. You kind of want to keep them to 6 or 5. So that has really allowed this CT side to start to flourish. Start to look really comfortable for them. But look at North. You lose this one, Scriv. You almost say it's OT or over. And that is wild considering how well North have been playing. I break out the wild word again, but it's the last week of Malta vibes in the last grand final, so I think it's appropriate.
Yeah, I mean, come on, dude. It is indeed the word of the week. We had a lot of games the other day that were just... And this one's kind of getting in there as well, for sure. It's not crazy. It's not like hard to follow, right? The Counter-Strike is of a very, very high standard, but it's still, well, a little wild. Or MSL rotating across preemptively. Could be a bloodbath here. His trigger discipline is perfect. The molly's coming in. There's so much fire, both from the T and the CT. And through the smoke, Gate's going to fall. AZ burns as well. So chaotic. MSL, the only one in on the site. He has to stay alive and he can't flit. Throwing him for a loop. FORZE have done it again. The save coming in. North have to concede number 14 all the way down to the wire. We are going to see all 30 rounds of Inferno. The question now is whether we see more or whether it ends in regulation.
Oh, their money's going to be nil. I'm just letting you know. HMB doesn't even want to go back to fights of power. He just wants to live. You can tell he knows their money is going to be awful. If you find this up, oh, he's in trouble. Yeah, he'll live. If he had found that up, would have been huge, but not the case. And look at that money. They're put up to the test here. I think they play for OT. I do not see North buying it. Another pause to talk about it, but let's be real here. Going around 30, no matter what you do, you're not going to break the money of FORZE. They're going to have a full buy no matter what. I am surprised they're making this buy call, Scriv. Again, I guess there's a few factors to remember. They've won some rounds like this before, could be leading to the tendency to do so. You can get out utility around these M4s. Then you have to look at the other side. You full save and play for OT on not your map pick, maybe gives you a better chance in OT once the money's not a problem. But North are like, you know what? We've come this far, not on our map pick. We've won rounds like this before. Let's just do it. So I appreciate the commitment. I respect the risk. And as I previously mentioned, there's got to be a play behind buys like these.
I mean, needs to be. Not that we're... That needs to be. Well, looks like aggression, or just a tad too early. Zapower is able to find 2. The timing for North is just so unlucky. You have to be honest. They sure could have played it a little tighter, but unfortunately not the case. And I think, yeah, they were expecting that everything's going to be all good. You might see the flash come over the top and look away, but no, holding on. It pays absolute dividends for FORZE. A 4-on-3. Not impossible, Keith. It's certainly going to be tough for North to come back from, particularly with the Oh, and they're all going. They're all going. I mean, look, it increases your chances for the overtime in the next round for sure, because if they lose this one with no one left alive, my God, it's going to be so hard. But this round, probably not going to happen now that they've moved off of B.
Put a pin in it, aren't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
You just kind of take it. You accept this one's done. And those are just the banana trades where you go, look, we either rotate everyone and try to hold on with one full kit of utility, or we go away, and if they walk into 3 of us, maybe it gives us a fighting chance. FORZE can't believe their luck. They'll plant this bomb, and they'll swiftly want to move on to the next. They'll secure 15. And, yeah, gonna need a little bit of go come the next round. As you mentioned, Scriv, OT or FORZE somehow bring it back. When you thought they were on the brink, they went around with a scrappy buy, and they haven't stopped since.
All right. Rubbing my hands together with delight, mate. This is it. Oh, man. The final week, final grand final, you know, like everything culminating in this. 2 great teams that have both kind of looked pretty good as of late. And North, 14-10. That's what we were on. And it's come down to this. They now could lose the map after having such a great start, an immaculate performance in the early rounds of this CT side, but fallen off massively. This is the FORZE that we know, however. They adapt so well. They look so good while doing it. And 16, I mean, it's a difficult obstacle to get through. Not sure. I suppose he wouldn't quite have had enough, so never mind. But all the same, no AWP in play is what I'm getting at here. North really in with, you know, a slightly lesser buy than they would like, but still a pretty damn good one. Meanwhile, FORZE, everything available to them. MSL, gonna hear them coming, smoke going in. The flashes, though, they're too fast for him. Cajun trying, but nothing coming. Just the one frag, all onto Lekro to hold down. That's the bomb. The rotations are coming in. The 3-on-3 looks very broken with these low HP bars. So this is certainly doable, but Lekro falls a bit too soon, maybe. That might just make the difference. Molly off in library. I think that might be it. We'll have to see. 3-on-2 is not impossible. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's that.
Surely.
Yeah, you just kind of put the final nail in the coffin for face crack there. I mean, now he is just paranoid. He doesn't know where Face Crack's at. He can't win the fight. FORZE have done it, Scriv. They have run it back. What a run. What a tear. To fight and grind with the buys they started with, to building the bank, to breaking North's economy, keeping them off 15, and winning it in round 30. That's such a FORZE thing to do. In a grand final, nonetheless, though, tenfold more important. This is the difference between, what, $20,000 in a boot camp? Like, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, absolutely right. And like you say, classic FORZE making it kind of hard for themselves, really stepping up. But hey, the game delivered, and that's exactly what we wanted. Some really nice, as you kept saying, pocket strats coming in on the T side from North, from MSL, right? And then their CT side started off really, really well. But definitely letting the ball drop towards the end. You have to admit. You really have to admit.
Yeah, that CT side starting really well after a strong T side. You're right. They had some cool pocket strats. Their default were working well. MSL's working players across the map beautifully. But then that CT side, never effective really was MSL with that op on CT side. The rifles weren't really able to facilitate any map control, getting phased off a banana without proper trades, not hanging on to brackets, just gets out across the board. Even with players like Lekro having really big moments at times, FORZE just had the team moving more than the whole team was playing better than the individual of North in the form of Lecro and co. So I think the team as a whole from FORZE really came together nicely. They facilitated picks on this T side when they started to run it back, and they just executed very FORZE style, stuck to it, didn't break, didn't change, and North were unable to find anything going for them there. I mean, kudos to North for making that competitive on a map that is FORZE territory. And I think they could take away some strong points, right? Their pocket strats worked. They had some cool strats here and there. Their defaults were working well. And now we go to Overpass, a map where I think FORZE are going to be coming in with some confidence, no doubt.
Yeah, definitely. Like we say, one of their weaker maps, but it's not terrible. It's not dreadful, right? They still played a fair amount, and it's just under that 50% win rate. So it's not like it's impossible for them in the same way that Inferno was not impossible for North. So we may well see a result very, very similar. And therefore, the close, important moments, right, and keeping it together towards the end, as we've just seen North struggle to close things out, could make a difference once again. So I'm really excited for Overpass.
Yeah, I couldn't be more excited. So we're going to take a break. When we come back, it's North's map pick. Hang on.
Nice shot. Lock and load. Wow, very good. Let me show you how it is done. Yeah, no. Damn! That was one of the best pickle fights I've been to.
I don't own any overalls, but I do like the map overpass, so that has to count for something, Scriv. Not sure how there's a connection there. There's a top, there's a bottom, there's elevation changes, kind of like overalls, holding up my pants. But it is time for the second map of the grand final. It's FORZE and North, and it's time for... Excuse me, I almost had a mistake there. I almost said FORZE's pick. No, it's North's pick. It's overpass.
Indeed. And, just before we got across to the break and everything, we both said we're kind of excited for this one. Last map really delivered. Kind of above and beyond, to be honest, from both teams. Particularly North, picking up the 14 rounds. Pretty damn good. Certainly going to be disheartening that they maybe let it slip away. But they have their own map pick coming into it now and hopefully should have a good amount of confidence built up here. And it's a brilliant map for them. And it's not quite a brilliant map for FORZE. So I think the series back on track, going as expected. It's now on to FORZE as to whether they pull off the upset here.
Yeah, it's kind of like we saw some cool strats. We saw some things North were trying to implement. FORZE just stuck to their game plan. That's the FORZE game plan, right? Kind of pack mentality, very aggressive defaults, looking for those fights, letting some power work, opening picks on T, CT side, just kind of facilitating any control they want. They fight for the control. And if you try to fight them, you're going to be punished. And North started to be so. Never really getting that mid-round, info across the board. After, I don't know, I'd say 6-7 rounds in on that CT side, it kind of all started to go bad. So I think this overpass side is a really good pick for North. The FORZE struggle with fighting for map control T and CT side. They struggle with mid-rounds and rotates on this map. It's kind of the weaker, I'd say the weakest map. Out of all of them. So I think North have picked a really good... Sure. Yeah, I think this is a really good playground for North. And I feel they're going to be able to facilitate that control and get FORZE nervous. You can find favorable fights even against a team like FORZE that is stacked with power. So,
yeah, I think they're a pretty formidable side. It's going to be interesting, man. I think the matchup itself has a lot of potential to get a bit crazy here. It really will depend. I think the pressure gets to North in the end of Inferno, and whether that happens again is on them, to be honest. So there's a lot coming in. Have FORZE done work on this? Is it a bit of a trap? They have clearly done some work on their Inferno for this matchup and looked really good in that sense. But North, at the same time, I think will want to come back in with a vengeance, and getting the knife round is a really good start for them also.
They get to choose where they're going to go. I have a feeling it's going to be CT. Shouldn't really surprise anyone. And away we go. Both teams have won their CT-sided pistols, Scriv. So that's a bit promising for North. Now jumping it over past your map pick. If you could win your CT pistol, that would be nice. Live odds presented by LootBet, our betting partner. Please, if you have not yet, please take a look, scroll down, check them out. Favoring North as they should, statistically speaking. And FORZE, all armor, tells me one thing. They're going quick.
Absolutely. Certainly looks that way as well. The typical connector stack, as we're seeing an awful lot from CT pistols these days. Flip. Here's the one up top. Takes him down and a second. Oh, no. Not quite able to repeat the way that he opened things up on Inferno, but all the same, that's a pretty damn good result to be finding too early on and gives so much room across to the rest of the squad. Holding that player behind in the formats of power as well is massive. Gade trying his best, but unfortunately not good for anything other than one. The remaining two players fall pretty damn quickly as well. Lecro and AZ out like a light. FORZE going to be on the board early with a really decisive pistol once again.
Yeah, decisive is exactly the word I would use. Running him over. Maybe I jinxed him. Caster's curse. But here we go. FORZE. Quick outside of Monster. Avoiding getting spotted. I think this is going to be a bit of a nostril flash explode, if you will, Scriv. That nade could be decent. It is. And here they come. Gade getting caught. The bullet's just not connecting. FaceTrack finally will find the head of Gade. There's a nade from AZ. Another quick headshot in. And AZ gets caught. But Cajun B and MSL with water control still can make this work.
Well, just on MSL now. Does manage to find the first. Drop the bomb as well. I think he's trying to upgrade his secondary. Unfortunately, not coming. And now the double peak will come his way. No, they're thinking about a run boost to try and get over. He's worried about a flank. Oh, peeks out to find the second. He misses the shot on the third, though. Oh, the one he needed. Such a shame. Such a shame. But the damage is massive onto FORZE at the very least. And we'll probably force a number of Mac 10s in play here. The likes of Jerry, a little poorer, right? The power wanting to get that AWP out, I think, which is why he's been dropped the Mac 10. Oh. And Face Crack, I think, and Jerry also not having primary weapons. I think that's how the hood works, right? It has the knife out, they don't have primaries, so that's interesting. Face Crack just on a Glock. And they're walking into a stack once again, so this could be another opportunity for North to do big damage.
Interesting. Going with the Glocks. Trying to entry in. The power through short. Good trades thus far from North. Lecro, if he can find one, yeah, there you go. But now he's all of a sudden alone. Was expecting Cajun B to find another and help him out, but not going to be the case. FORZE only losing 2 Glocks on rack 10. Hey, that's okay. Op's going to come out for the power. Jerry's just hanging on to it for now. He's like, where are you, Zapower? Where are you? Oh, Zapower's like, I'm over here. I'm over here. Turns around and finds him. We've all been there. And North up for MSL. No surprise. And now keep your eye on MSL. Number 300 minimap. He's going to be behind Cajun B. How is he going to play this map?
Cajun not letting go of W here, just charging forwards. I think they've heard him. Oh, and he loses the fight. Barely does any damage, to be quite honest. Really, really good opener for FORZE. This is looking great early on. Once again, FORZE are just on another level. Straight out of the gate. Really, really hard team to keep up with. Oh, and a perfect flash over the top. He repeaks into Zapower again. Just beautiful counter-strike. MSL, I guess you could question his repeat, but at the same time, they're a man down. He needs to do something. That ain't it. Now left in a 5-on-3 in favor of FORZE. Lecro, the last line of defense on the A-bomb site. Either he joins his compadres on B and they save/hold off together, or they try and go for the round. But it will be the latter, moving across the B and half conceding the round. There's obviously a chance that FORZE move back to B and try and mind game or whatever, but it's not looking to be the case in this scenario.
Ugh. Well, we've seen North save before, haven't we? Gonna have to do it again. This time, though, there's a bit of a hunt being given. Flint in second tunnel. First, Lecro. That's a big kill to find. Gade really wants that AK. He'll grab it and snake on out. Before starting off 4-0 on T sides, Kriv. That's really good for overpass. North gonna have to have another grind back CT side, and FORZE are not letting them save. Man, I don't think Gabe's getting out of this pickle, and he won't. Ended up being a cucumber the whole time. As FORZE jump up to 4, North will have to take one more round beating loss before the guns can come back out.
Yeah, really well done from FORZE early on, man. Like, they are formidable in these early rounds. We'll see whether it continues on Overpass. Obviously, it kind of slowed down on Inferno as well. But it's fun to watch. And it's definitely something to consider when you're playing against this team, is it's like they are going to come out real fast. Not going to give you any time to adapt or breathe or whatever. They're always in control, at least in this series, always in control of the early portions of the game. Saying that, though, this round has been uncharacteristically slow. Being outside of B, I think it is where they're going to end up, right? And just execute over the top. But for now, they're hoping to catch off some aggression and get some kind of an idea. If we got a full buy here, is it half buy? What are North going for? And are they stacking a bomb site? The answer to that particular question is yes. We'll see whether or not FORZE are able to get through. Chef's kiss on that one. The double nades coming in. Jerry is left very low, but no frags returned for North. They need to find the heads. Lekro gets one, but it's quickly dealt with. Two down towards water. They line up, and there you go. Face crack finishes them off. Nice little, 4K overall for him. Really well done. And FORZE will move forward to 5.
All right. We need that control, North. You need to make FORZE start to fight for it. What type of control will FORZE struggle with? A side pressure is something they have a hard time dealing with. I don't think you really need to do water control. It doesn't hurt to do it once in a blue moon. But it's something they struggle with. North, going to be playing a bit more timid. The rifle towards long, Cajun B falling back to site already. So just playing more of an info gathering while they take water. I don't mind this from MSL and Gade. While they take water, FORZE are going to look towards long. What does getting water do for North? It lets them cheat a third to A scriv. That's also important, especially right now.
Yeah, any advantage they can get, they will take. Absolutely. Things are really looking rough early on. That phrase I use all the time that I'm sure eventually I'll have to re-explain for people. But under the cosh, that's where North are at the moment. Not in a comfortable position is what I mean by that, essentially. And particularly when it comes to that all-important economy game. Does feel you could hear a pin drop, and in just a second, I think we may hear the pin. A few grenades. Oh, MSL, a great angle. Waits patiently, gets the full body. However, he does not get away. Flit does very well there to drop him. I think just before he got round the corner, the headshot landed. So 4-on-4, those 1-for-1 trades are always going to work out for the T side.
Oh, that is the case. AZ, one and stays alive. Do they expect Gade? Gade with the first. He's lost his teammates. The power with the no-scope. Incoming nade. He's down to 8. Bomb is planted for him. No utility for Gade to smoke him off or really hamper Zapower's approach. He's calling the bluff so hard. Does he call it again? He does. Oh my goodness. Balls of steel from Zapower. Another tap. Finally a peek. And at this point, Gade is sold. He's like, he's got to be monster. This man can't be anywhere else. What to play from Zapower to call out Gade? Not once, not twice, but 3 times. What?
Rent free. Oh my goodness, the definition of in your head from Zapower. And why not? Why not? You're 5 rounds ahead. Pretty comfortable if you lose this one. It's all good, but take a chance. He was so very low. And instead of risking it, he just cuts out the middleman. Either this works or it doesn't. So be it. And he gets the former, which is massive. And not only because they continue the streak, right? And they're now 6 rounds up, but you have to think about the mentality of that one-on-one and then the results of that. The fact that it is such a tilting move, right? To just get, it's like, why is he not peeking? The logic here is to peek, especially on the second tap. You know, why would I not hold it? But defying logic, and it works. Doing the slightly foolish thing pays dividends for Zapower. A pause taken by FORZE as well before this round. They are really not messing around here, Keith. I'm not sure if they have you know, heeded some of the things that you and I have noted, and a lot of people have noticed about their overpass, and they themselves, of course, will have noticed. You do have to bear in mind as well, they've had the recent addition of Lambert coming in to help out from the coaching position. And I think since then, we've seen a massive uptick and change in the energy of the team. That's a little unfortunate for Flit.
Yeah.
A nice setup from North, to be fair. But yeah, since that change, I think we have seen FORZE perform very, very well. And maybe the overpass here is quickly changed. The power with the quick flick, that opens up the A-bomb site as well. So North need to make a move fast.
Gonna boost up again. Just for the info. All the while we can see FORZE have been like, you know what? Nah. We know that AK is kind of over there and chilling. Let's just go ahead and head towards the A site. Cajun B. Just a dig. Let's be real. If he gets one, that's pretty ideal. It's pretty decent. But his head is gone. Rotates are in from AZ. Going through the smoke. This would be so crazy. AZ's thinking about it. Here he goes. Can't find the opper. Only one in his future. And I wonder if Gate's considering a save. Freebie. Bomb's going down. Gate is pushing out. The op will miss. Almazer's alone. Can he get caught? Oh, what a headshot. He's holding for Lecro. Almazer delivers. Thanks for the up. Another round. We're moving on. No breaks for North.
Full gas, no brakes, baby. Hellcase, welcome. It is quick to see you and may well be the final Hellcase roll of the tournament. So, folks, make sure you get those 2 codes and you use them wisely. Malta V15 gives you the extra cash and the 15% refill bonus. Banner down below, straight to their website, get amongst it. No slowing down, though, from FORZE as they rush very quickly towards this B-bomb site, putting North under pressure, under duress. AZ just about dips away, but he's spammed down so very low. The return nade does nothing at all to Flit. 5 points of damage. What is that? What is that? That is nothing. No skin off his back at all. Meanwhile, AZ is left so very low. And once again, FORZE are in a great position to start this round off. Oh, not for much longer. What? Almazer just continues to blow minds, literally and figuratively. A great round on the previous, a great clutch on the previous, and then he just spins around to nullify the damage of the boost up from Lecro. Oh my goodness, absolutely massive. There's no time to throw a cross key because, I mean, the action just keeps continuing here. Gade still somehow alive, and they are in behind the back of the smokes, able to find a frag apiece, buying time, bringing it down to a 4-on-1, all down to face crack. He finds the first, but he's left so very low. The clutch not going to happen. Cajun round, the pillar will take him down, and North have done it. 8 rounds it takes, but they finally get that first.
Was it ever a grind? Now it was a little pricey, wasn't it? A little expensive. Got to string rounds together. Whoever wins this, Scriv, we're back in the situation. It's worth 2 rounds, essentially. FORZE have low to little cash. North, the same. Both have ops. Everyone has their preferred weapons. And away we go. Again, North facilitating, fighting for water control. Big fan of this. And they're immediately going to move this into connector control. FORZE immediately screaming as they step on the gas and run towards long. But MSL, it's what he wants. Blind. Cannot land the blind shot, but he will run for his life. And with North keeping AZ in towards water, again, they can cheat a third day.
Bound to be a bloodbath here on the A-bomb site. Or is it? FORZE apparently have a tingle. They are not fancying it. Oh, AZ playing with fire. How? Okay, well, there's the spot. It was just for information, I suppose. I feel like he could have seen the head as well. Meanwhile, still faking out the A-bomb site. 40 seconds left. FORZE definitely winding the clock down, really building up the tension ahead of this execute. And a great monster-esque positioning here from the CT side, but they are about to be overwhelmed. One good flashbang earns them a place in the site here. However, they don't even need it. They just walk straight out. Maybe that's what North were expecting. Only the one frag between the two of them. MSL is here quickly, however. He's mollied out. Oh, and the flames drop him. That's huge. Surely has decided the round off the back of that as well. A 3-on-2 to recover back from that they do not fancy their chances in. North will look to save. Wow. Do you know, I think the difficulty and the biggest problem coming into this map was the fact that North are like, overpass? Yeah, that's ours. We got it. Third map it will be. And I think FORZE have clearly done some work here. North have somewhat walked into the trap, and they've, you know, braggadociously walked into the trap. They're very overconfident in themselves, and it's costing them.
I mean, it's not like FORZE are awful on overpass, just losing to teams they necessarily shouldn't, right? Funny enough, they lost to North recently 16-11 on this scriv. As you mentioned, kind of alluding to North's pick, a big loss to Spirit. But then they have wins, funny enough, over like Movistar Riders, Gambit Youngsters out of like nowhere. So it's an up or down map for them, mainly down. But they must be feeling so good after they run it back on Inferno. It's just leaked over to how this T side has started. 8 rounds with tons to play on a T side, you're giggling all the way to the bank. North, yeah, they've made a save, so they get rifles right back out, but it's almost in like you gotta win territory.
Yeah, I think so, mate. I think so. It's really getting to that point where, you know, this early tear of rounds, even if you're able to turn the game or the half back towards your favor, these early rounds could make the difference because it just adds so much pressure onto this rifle round and then the next and then the next. And this is where a lot of teams, you know, you make those bad decisions or hesitate about even making a good decision when you're under pressure. And it can really make a difference towards the overall outcome of the game. Oh, great molly coming in. Cajun B forced off. They know that he's there as well. He makes noise. Face crack following Lecro. Oh, to a T. An absolute laser beam. MSL is behind, being a nuisance, but might not be enough here. It's definitely slowed the T side down. Meanwhile, what is this? Face crack? Yeah, face crack's crept in behind. Almeza is going to drop Cajun in on the site. And the rotations are absolutely screwed. Gade has a bit of an idea and is creeping in, but face crack is just going to get the drop on him. It's such a hard area to clear here if you're a CT-sided player. AZ brings it back into a bit more of a doable situation. MSL creeping up long, going to drop the bomb. Okay, hold the phone. Does get traded. Tried his best to get out. Almeza once again doing a great job. Plant coming in. AZ going to launch the nade over. It's a little late. Doesn't really do anything. And he only has 46 HP. A Hail Mary clutch attempt coming in here, folks. He drops as soon as he's spotted. FORZE move up to 9. No one left alive for North. They will have to half buy at best into this round. And FORZE will be hitting double digits.
Jeez.
So early. So early. I am baffled.
You want to know what's wild, Scriv? Their T-round percentage is only 46.9%. And the fact that they're about to hit double digits, mind-boggling. Could they struggle on the CT side if North put together a good T-side default and don't allow Power to find opening picks? Shut down the CT aggression that FORZE will probably go for? Maybe, right? Always a chance once they get on the T side. But you really just need rounds. I think this is, you can give 10 to FORZE, you win out, you get your 5, and then you start the half over. You hit the restart button, it's a different vibe, it's a different feel. But they got to get there with 5, Scrib, no doubt. Sprinkling of some purchases being made from North. But FORZE really do want to close this out. That's the vibes I'm getting, Scriv. As this tournament is all about the vibes.
The vibes, baby. And we are just that. Vibing. FORZE are, anyway. To be honest, they're just, you know, shades on, roof down, you know, one arm on the window rim. You know what I mean. You know the picture I'm trying to create here. They are cruising. North, meanwhile, work cut out. This round not looking too good in terms of the buy. Jerry's actually pretty low, but first kill comes in for FORZE. So not looking good. North on the back foot. The power watching the back foot. 5-on-3 ensues. They might be able to drop a player or two if North play their cards right, if they get a little lucky. Of course, still 3 of them stacked on this B bomb site. And they're a little unsure on the FORZE end. Meanwhile, Almeza, all this time that I've been talking, moving up towards A. So I would imagine either they realize it's a stack and push forwards as they're doing, or they would have gone A is the other scenario. Lekro does manage to find that one frag I was talking about. Will get the second, but he's left very low, and Almeza gets him from behind. So minimal damage taken by FORZE, moving up to 10. North can't afford to drop a single round from here on out if they want a decent chance in at the second half. Even then, 10-5 is not ideal. So this is really, really, really dire territory and a very important buy for the CT side.
Yeah, I think you're understating it, believe it or not. Script somehow is still being understated. And FORZE, knowing that North will have weapons back in their hands, been a minute, a quick pop. A short and monster split. Cajun B, Lekro, their boost, they fall off it early. Through the molly with the Mac 10. Face crack opens up. Nearly the second as he goes high. They don't see the second player in water. That could be a problem. Will Flick clear it? Yes, sir. AZ's gone. That is absolute decimation.
I mean, what do you want me to say? You summed it up pretty well. To be honest, this is
the
not
word decimation
the North.
covers quite a bit.
Yeah, it does. It really does. It really does. And North are certainly feeling the full extent, the full breadth of that word. I'm just so surprised, honestly. Like, it's a massive round. There's sure pressure coming into it, but North, like, the fight they put up is barely even there. This is wild. An incredibly close Inferno, which we weren't expecting, off of previous, engagements between the two teams. Kind of results in, okay, well, North, yeah, they let the ball slip ever so slightly. But they look competitive overall. They keep it close in the end. So therefore, their map that they're really good on, FORZE are not so good on, should be, at the very least, competitive. But what the hell is this? This is wild. The aggression coming in, though, they are looking to change things up. Oh, my goodness, and what an effect it's having. MSL almost able to find a couple, not quite. It's all left on to Flit. Not a single frag as yet. There was a team kill in there, Keith. Flit does manage to find one. He gets the second as well on the edge of the smoke, but still 3 more to go.
You don't think, right? Surely not.
I bloody well hope not, mate. If they lose this, I'm out. I'm dipping.
I mean, look, Gate is in spawn. They've given him room to escape.
Oh, God.
They've left connector right when Flick comes down. Now they've closed the door.
Well.
Yeah. If he sits at flower pots, I'm really curious to see if Lekro will clear it. I mean, his timing is perfect. They have to clear this. There's no way. Oh, Lekro. Did he see him? He didn't.
Oh my God.
Okay. This is getting weird.
Oh my God.
Does he go ahead and clear? Where's AZ? Under here. Okay, so a plant. There you go. Now the fun begins, Script.
Absolutely. He doesn't hear the flank coming in, unfortunately, though. And, well, anticlimactic in the end for FORZE there. But the climax North definitely wanted. Second round for them on the board. Surviving with 3, retrieving an AWP, an AK to boot as well. Really good stuff in the end. Getting it done. Certainly difficult for them, but they will manage to find the second. For the best they can hope for, of course, here, folks. Plenty of money for FORZE to buy in. Just about. Yeah, I think they should be all right into the next round as well. Especially if they get a bomb plant. So, Buys available for FORZE for the rest of the half. Meanwhile, North, it needs to remain. I cannot... You know, 11-4 already looks pretty bad. 12-3 looks worse. 13-2, which is certainly possible. Oh, goodness. Cannot reiterate enough, like, how rarely we see, particularly between top-tier teams, how rarely we see games like this. You know, that's why yesterday, like, Astralis' result against FaZe was such a surprise. Obviously, these two teams not quite on that level, but trying to play to that level. Almeza, especially, has just been the fragging god for FORZE. 1-for-1 trade so far. MSL sticking around, but they're playing it perfectly. Oh, they bait him out to peak, and then Power takes him down. Ah, it's just wonderful Counter-Strike again from FORZE as they charge forwards. A few mistakes in the previous round. I think getting caught off by the crazy, crazy aggression that North went for. However, this time not going to happen. Let's go back to our game. 4-on-2. Deja vu here for North, for Lekro and AZ particularly, who have had to save a number of times. And, yeah, 12-3, the best North can hope for. Here we go again. Here we go again.
Yeah, again, those pocket strats work the one round. And then FORZE just come right into the round, pull something else out of their hats, throws North for a loop, and 12 for FORZE, Scriv. Brutal, savage, T-side victories. Going into round 15, you have 2 rifle save. You can get a full CT side buy. And talk about a grind.
That's the noise, isn't it? That's the noise that sums it up, to be honest, mate. Oh my goodness. Absolute insanity. Pause coming in. Yeah, North definitely needing it. I think they needed to really work and make sure they were on the correct wavelength, the correct mindset coming into this second map. Because I think that's what it comes down to. They're definitely capable of winning this. You know, it's not like they're mechanically outclassed. Obviously, in the moment, yes. But I mean, best 10 times, right? You know what I mean? They're not going to be outclassed every single time. But I think the mentality coming into this, the mental fortitude has let them down somewhat. Auto sniper out for Jerry here, by the way. Lekro and Gade both spammed down. Face crack, meanwhile, trying to catch them while they're off guard. AZ does get one, but spammed away by Flit. Oh, they just can't catch a break, can they? An early opener falls away from them. Cajun B does find one, but they're so low. The nades coming in, just finishing lives off. However, oh no, he does go down. I was going to say Lekro was in behind, maybe. MSL the only one left, 1-on-3 to deny the 13th away from FORZE. Not going to happen. 13-2. What?
Wow.
What? Honestly, if you'd have told me that this is how it was going to end, I'd have called you a madman. What the heck? Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. And yet, here it is. So.
A little absurd, isn't it?
A little? Understatement. Jesus. Those live odds from LootBet are crazy. Well, North, here we go. Can you pick up the pistol? Can you run it back? It's a monumental task for any caliber of team in a situation like this. It would be difficult. But you never know. Stranger things have happened in this game. Ooh, awkward spam.
Yeah.
Does manage to find one. Lekro as well, backing him up. They're kind of keeping things even here, but those couple frags coming in leave Face Crack all by himself. It has finally started to work out. Oh, and the flank is here. Cajun B doesn't find the frag, though. What is going on again? Madness ensues, but he's not taking any risks. Base crack's low. They've got a man advantage. Let's just take that and the bomb plant, you know? One step at a time, guys.
Okay. Well, 13 for FORZE. North. You kind of said it, Scriv, in a joking way, but one round at a time, literally, is the only way FORZE are going to be able to bring this back. Even the slightest. It's the only way. One round at a time. Grind it back. Every situation you have to treat with the utmost importance. There's no freebie rounds. There's no, I'll just take my time, lousy round. No, every round has importance. Do or die on your map pick on the T side. You have to be flawless in every approach, Scriv. And I'm saying it lightly. So imagine the pressure the North boys are feeling, Scriv.
Yeah, I know, right? Flip. Oh, mollied out. Just get the smoke down. He knows, you know, he's in your head. He's in your head. He knows how it goes. The nade doesn't quite work out. He takes the peek and will fall. But at the very least, he had the smoke there, you know, and he looks across away from the nade. So far, North. Coordinated. Cool, calm, and collected. Going as expected. Have to keep this rolling, though, for a long time before they let a round slip. Grouping up outside of B, though, looking good here. Base crack. Cool. First line of defense. Oh, they line up. He almost finds two. There's a slim chance in another universe that he finds all three, but unfortunately, he's the only one holding down that B bomb site. No one there to capitalize on his well-timed peak. And thus, the remaining FORZE boys, exits, saving, take your pick. Almaze is here quickly, but Jerry's a power not so much. They do have a kit available, so are they actually going to try and go for maybe a late push here? If anything comes their way, I'm sure they would be confident enough in themselves, but nothing is presenting itself. So I think they now have to move for that save call instead. And North move up to 4. There you go. Not impossible. Not down and out just yet. They fend off the force buy pretty cleanly as well. It's the rifle round, not in the next, but the one after that we are waiting for.
Just going through the motions. Another cheeky scout and pistol round for FORZE. Gonna give him some time to talk about it, isn't it, Scriv? Discuss your possibilities. But you better expect and know. Once these guns come out, it's serious time for North. No more messing about. No more leisure activities across the map. Every round, dead serious, locked in all the time. The nades and Jerry find AZ. One mistake is fair, but there's armor to Jerry's AK here, and he's just gonna go ahead and vanish. Oh man, like look at all the 1v1s they're giving across the map. I mean, North, you gotta group now. I'm surprised Lecro's given the room to take all this 1v1-ish map control. This can just spiral into madness.
As the tension builds, North definitely going to be feeling it. Slowly rotating a few CTs back to B. Smoke's coming in, and surely now you've just got to burst your way down. There's two players on that CT side ready and waiting to go down connector. So we'll see here. They've lost one. They lose a second as MSL leading the charge. Flick going to try his best through the door or a well-timed open. Unfortunately, Jerry not able to find anything. He gets distracted. Gade capitalizes beautifully. Flip, meanwhile, going to try and recover the AK and get out, but even that's going to be difficult. He will just escape the clutches. So AK into the next round. Always nice. One tap potential. Cool. The round here, though, will go the way of North quite easily once again. Surviving with 4 players. Really good. Their economy starting to build. But, as we've said, this next round is very important. And then the buy round after that, very important. And then the one after that. And after that. And probably after that. There's really no room for mistakes here from North. And it's difficult. It's very difficult. They have, yes, objectively 2 rounds where they can, you know, make mistakes. But in the bigger picture, they don't want to be making those mistakes this early.
No, you don't. This is going to be a mistake-free run. But the powerhouse is up, and he is one to make you feel like you made a mistake if he picks you. He's gonna go up, no flashes, and he'll find Lekro. How quick was that? And he's not done. Into connector, and Gade is like, you know what? I don't trust the fact that he's not gonna come peek me. Let's just group up, leave Cajun B to get water control alone, and they don't even want to test A anymore. They're gonna leave Scriv. These B players holding onto the utility, finally going to start to use it shortly in the next 10-20 seconds. Oh, so much pressure on MSL here to find a pick Scriv. He's got to find face crack, or at least trade out to get in.
Okay, interesting smoke for face crack to work with. A lot of noise being heard. Almeza finds one. MSL trades him, but there it is. Oh, there it is. Oh, my goodness. Talk about a meat grinder. 1 frag? Yeah, 1 frag for the T side. Well, listen, I don't mean to be harsh, but I would suggest making sure you look good and ready for camera, sir, because I think we are going to be getting there prematurely, unless North can fight back here with this rifle buy. Last chance saloon very quickly. They lose this, it moves up to 14. They don't have any cash left. They don't have enough of a loss bonus to work with, even with the bomb plant. So they need this round to stay alive. And the power has opened up off the back of the boost. Not good.
Man's a beast. Jerry's sticking around. It's got to be a flash. You can't beat this dry, Jerry. Nearly. Flit 1. Can't double in. Big flick from MSL, but he's taking damage. And they have no one in water. The water player died from North. What does this mean? They have to go to A. Unless they want to go back and clear connector, clear water, which is a risk. They must go forward, Scriv. And Almazer is here with the power. 55 seconds. The power's just gonna post. Flash in, he still connects. There's Almazer to find the head of MSL, and it's Gade with the good old Galil. Time is on his side. Popping shots. Really wants to find the 1v1. Not going to be given, and Almazer shuts it down. FORZE take a 10-round lead and get the match, series, and championship point on 15.
They are hungry for this 2 in a row, right? Last week, taking down Mad Lions. This week, set to take down, bar some miracle for their opponents, North will end up falling, it looks like. This is crazy. This is absolutely wild. The word of the week. Oh, and it applies so much. A beautiful culmination, a fantastic final. It really has been for our last Malta Vibes Cup. A lot of damage coming in. The Hail Mary play and the Hail Mary buy starts off well, but quickly traded back. Almazer's still alive at the back of the site. They've got to deal with him fast. His rotators are being taken down as well, and there's just too many targets, too much noise for him to deal with. However, not over just yet, right? They're on the back foot. They're getting a bit overwhelmed on the FORZE end, and still, it's a 2-on-2. Cajun B and Gade, though, they've recovered rifles, so this is going to be tough.
Gade can allow Cajun B to be Overwatch. He's low. Does he get caught looking? He does. Immediate is Cajun B as he's going to slip up to the pillar. The power still up in hand, scoped and repositions. Time's becoming an issue. Has a kit in smoke. Misses shot. Gotta go. And I think he realizes it is too far gone. They'll both back up, respect each other. And the power will live, which means you can drop in towards Jerry. And Face Crack can drop another. Everything's fine for FORZE, but if North break the money, they can go on a bit of a run. And it goes without saying, flawless is what they must be. That's a good start. It's a big clutch.
But an immediate pause. Just when you think you have a moment to breathe, FORZE keeping that pressure on. Strong buy from them as well. Your buy, not ideal. A number of Galils here. Azion, a pistol as well, I believe. May well purchase up a Mac 10. He's got 1600. There might be a... Ah, there is. There's a gun on the floor in front. So, all good. For him, he retrieves his trusty AUG. But for the rest of the squad... It's not perfect, but then it is not perfect for FORZE. We will see. This could be a good opportunity for FORZE, for North, sorry, to close the gap if they win this one and break the bank cleanly of FORZE. So really a lot to play for North if they can take this one cleanly. Still not believing just yet, Keith, but I'm trying to build it as though, you know, individual rounds, individual scenarios, not writing them off quite yet. It's going to give them the benefit of the doubt that maybe they can indeed mount some form of a comeback. We'll see though. Oh, head spotted. Face Crack in a great position as well. He will get traded back, but the setup is fantastic. The rotations are coming in, but the site itself, the defenders, they fall a little faster than I thought they would. North, get the bomb down. The save coming in, I think, here from FORZE, so it should be a 7th for the T side.
Yeah, Fletcher's going to play the fence angle with this scoped in Galil. And, or AUG, excuse me. And unless the power finds a pick or Flit's given one, they're just going to play exits. Cool stuff. And that is going to be North getting to 7. Trying to think what the FORZE's cash will be like. I think it's going to be finally a save-ish. But at the same time, it's like, the power has saved his op. He has enough to get an op right back. So probably armor and pistols minimum. The pistols coming from the power. And that is not the case. I mean, FORZE pause now, but Almazer's already bought a Nova. I guess they have so many rounds to work with. It's kind of like if it's the power has his op, he can drop someone we're buying anyway. Like, it's at that point. Plus, the 2 players can get full utility out, Flit the same. Almazer's the only man who really has to bite the bullet. You have so many rounds to work with. Yeah, why not? Why not? I'm on their side now about it, Scrooge.
Yo. Hunting season. Almazer is on the hunt. You better watch out. I have seen this man wield a Nova like nobody else. It's not true, but he's a scary guy in general. So, on the server, you know, off the server, I'm sure he's stand-up guy. Looks like he's, you know, a barrel of laughs, to be fair. But on the server, he is deadly. In this series, he has been deadly. Might not get to see that Nova in action, unfortunately. I love this from FORZE, though. Look, Keith, they've pushed through Monster. Flit's going to go down early, but surely the quick flank is possible. Maybe not quite quick enough, though. Jerry, whoa! Well, that's a bit awkward. He was blinded up. Peeks out. will go down 5-on-3. Surely the rest of the team just looks to save at this point.
You may think so. And I think that's exactly the situation. Cajun B, though, might get the nod, go hunting. Gonna start to make his moves. It's a power miss shot. He'll fall. He'll be punished. Face crack. Is he gonna knife him? Nah. Surely not. He's waiting for the second player to get here. Takes out Cajun. Catches the other with his knife out. No way face crack's ready for Gate. He won't be. And Almazer's like, man, I really want to get rid of this Nova. Like, why? I am surprised he's not just gonna run at him. He saved a Nova.
Just the way he holds it as well, dude. It looks so weird.
Just get this thing out of my hands. Watch him ace with it now to win. I would lose my mind.
I mean, he could get a number of frags, but there is surely no way he aces. Just the RNG of shotguns in this game, you know, sometimes, especially that one, sometimes doing like 150 damage up close and other times doing 12, you know. Is that just me? Maybe I just can't aim, to be fair. A master of the Nova like Almazer. Yeah, well, you know. What can I say? I don't think so. I think the shotguns are out to get me in this game. You know, the mag, the Nova. The XM10's a little better, but maybe that's just because, you know, you fire so many shots at once. Zapower left on 1 HP. He is incredibly lucky. And he spots out the vast majority of the team as well, which gives the game away that it's probably an A hit. Rotations are coming in. Not really here fast enough, though, Keith. The smokes are already on deck. And Lekro, of course, is up close and personal, spotting for information. Here's all those footsteps. You know, there's not a chance here, so they're just going to look to say what they have into the next round. That's absolutely fair. Maybe an exit or two. Almazer's still got this dang Nova. Can't get rid of it. No one wants to buy it off him.
No one will take it. I'm wondering if he'll just upgrade it next round, right?
I mean, it's the smart thing to do. But for the funnies, and just the fact that he's had it for like 3 rounds now, I feel he might as well just go for it, you know?
Just commit to it. he's not gonna dare. It's like, never mind. Bad idea. He tucks back in with that Nova. We'll finally say goodbye to the Novas. The Op and M4s make their appearance. Could it be for the final time? North have brought it back to nearly double digits, Script. And they're looking to charge into 10. Zapower, though, Op in hand. Does Cajun B best him early? No, we won't even get the duel. No one towards A site aggressive from FORZE early, Scriv. A lot of B numbers early and now shifting.
Power. Oh, looks away at the angle. Oh my goodness, the best time for North. I mean, it's not terrible for him, right? He's still fine, he's still alive. It's not like he goes down, but it could have been really good. Meanwhile, aggression coming in, Lekro just goes through like a madman. The flash perfect to deal with Zapower. He drops Flit at the front. Zapower's also left low. So a really nice opening exchange that just throws the CTs for a loop. They very quickly rotated in, though. So, yes, it's a 5-on-4, but there's 3 players here in quick succession. Almazer looks away at the worst possible time once again, and FORZE move to save. North are definitely making them work for this victory, but still, you know, with these saves and with the amount of rounds FORZE have available, 6 more to go for North. Well, 5 more to go, of course. They should be winning this one. It's still a real tough ask to keep on going without making no mistakes. Not going to be easy at all.
Hey, hasn't been easy once, Strip, for these guys. They've been pushing forward and continuing to get the rounds. I mean, damage taken here, but they can lose everyone. Doesn't matter. They should all die for this. That looks like it. They were committed. I appreciate that so much. 10 rounds for North. FORZE, another save. Probably another Nova buy. But the hero op will make an appearance. I mean, I guess when you're feeling it, you're feeling it. Why do I have the feeling? One of two things are going to happen next round. Amazer's going to be with a poopy gun, or he's going to get dropped to Nova script. They're just doing it to the man. Anything to get the op out for Amazer, though, huh? Oh, worth.
Absolutely worth. Flit as well on the deagle. Able to find another. So this is pretty big. And these are the types of rounds, aren't they? I don't mean to jinx it. These are always the ones where teams who are on the back foot, on the come up, on, you know, whatever you want to call it. These are the types of rounds where they make mistakes. So we'll see. Cajun B, ooh, on a risky solo mission towards the B-bomb site. Is creeping in. The pet of Almazer takes it clean off as well. Smoke comes in. And now he knows where Facecrack is. It's back into a 3-on-3. And he has time to work with here. Calling on his teammates. The B-bomb site. There's only one player here, boys. Let's move over. Come on, real fast. Let's capitalize on this. Then they opt to drop back. Jerry in behind with this secondary AWP that they've now retrieved. 40 seconds left, Keith. Anybody's game. Facecrack going to go for a swing. The smoke is here. It dissipates. Cajun B spots him out and takes him down. A key frag and a key fight to be winning. And now I think with 2 AWPs, the rest of FORZE will move to save.
You would think that. No kit. I don't see them going for this, Scriv. Unless they found a wall bang onto Cajun B right now. Just imagine that one connected. I mean, they're going to go. They're buying next. Jerry has an AK. They don't have a kit. Someone has to get on this defuse now. Jerry has a smoke, missed shot, and that's it. Jerry's gone. He's like, you know what? I left an op over here somewhere for you as a power. I'll get it after the bomb blows up. Don't you worry. I'll get you your op back. Or you could just save the AK and let the power buy its own op. Yep. And Almazer gonna be asking for a gun with Jerry saving. He'll be able to grab one. 4 more rounds, Scrib, for OT. North are doing everything right. Switching up the pace, changing their looks, bringing it back against force buys, even after being down in numbers. All really rewarding and feel-good rounds that add to this comeback.
Well, here we go. Another obstacle for North to get past. Finish line is within touching distance, it feels like, for both teams, you know, in both contexts of what they're aiming for. FORZE to win things 2-0, North to bring this map to overtime. And then, of course, they'll be baited into the fact that there's a second finish line behind the actual finish line, but all the same. A slow start to this round, Keith. Boost once again from Zapower. Seen this be very effective in the past. North, though, learning their lesson. And just playing a widespread passive default for now. Really looking to wind the clock down before they make a move.
Can't blame them. Flashes and smokes aplenty. Gonna slowly molly tree, flash over. All the protocols being set in place. Power. On long, a lot of trust in Flit to live in this position, Scriv. Aggressive is an understatement. He has so much information. He hears it's one player. These B players are going to be so prepared on the FORZE side, Scriv. Plus maintaining water control. Oh, this is going to get bloody.
Yeah, this is big. Couple mollies as well. Just winding the clock down. It builds that tension and builds kind of the panic, particularly for North. Jerry going to drop Gade. The flash does work by the looks of things. MSL able to drop one more blind. Lekro, meanwhile, finding the player on the flank. Nice little setup here. The molly, will it spread to Jerry? Doesn't look like it, and look at that. He gets the opportune moment to find two. That might just be it. Lekro has to clutch up. He finds the first, but they're so low, and there's no time, of course. Oh, what a way to lose. What a way to lose. But FORZE will, of course, secure the series.